Hi, this is Dawn Onstead with SnapCap Technologies, and today's SnapCap tip and tutorial is going to be about the question that I get asked all the time about homes that get sold before the SnapCap sign gets put up and the video's already been made. So let me explain that a little bit. What has been happening sometimes is an agent gets signed up for our service and they're all excited and they do their video and it looks awesome, but it takes a little bit of production, as you already know if you've done some videos with us. And so once it gets edited and it's ready, its branding is ready and you've approved the final draft and that's all done, that can take about a week. Then it's ready for release. You've approved it, and now our team of client service managers are going to be pushing it out onto the internet and making it go like crazy all over your social media so that you'll get hundreds of views, which is one of the big values of using SnapCap's services. So what happens is the video will begin to be produced. The agent already has the house on the MLS. It's their new listing, and so the seller's all excited to have it all going, and all of a sudden they'll get an offer. If it's a nice property and it's well priced, that can happen, especially during the springtime, and now in some price ranges that are heating up now that the market's stabilizing, that can happen. So now you've got the video made, it hasn't been released yet, and you already have an offer on the house. So that's where I've been trying to get with this. Then the agent will say to me, well, should I even bother having the video now? I mean, does it have value now? And the answer is a resounding yes, 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 yes. And it's just one of those circumstances where you need to learn to think outside the box or at least think like a social media person instead of like a person who uses brochures. So let me sort of play that scenario for you again in a different way. When you use the brochures and things like that, if you get an offer first, you certainly aren't going to keep putting ads in the paper. You're not going to continue to make new brochures. You're not going to want to do that because you're kind of done. You normally will continue to allow showings on the house, right? I mean, you want to do that to keep the house exposed to the market in the event something happens during the inspection or if the deal falls through. So that makes sense in the old ways. But with the new ways, one of the things that's happening with the way I do the videos for my real estate business that's been so beneficial is that no matter what happens, I do not let my house that I've just listed go on the MLS until the video is ready for launch. And what happens then is, when you do it this way, I'm going to try to explain the benefits that you reap from that for yourself, but primarily that you reap for your seller. And so what it does is it creates a situation where no one's allowed to see the house. I will maybe pre-announce it in meetings as a bear in mind that it's a listing that I have. The paperwork's already been signed, but that it's withheld from the MLS while it's being prepared to be released. And that means the seller is staging it, the seller is having photos taken. I go take them myself, actually, but you might hire someone. I don't know what your normal way is, but pictures will be taken when the staging is done. And once that's done, once the staging's done, I go right over, I take the photos, and I shoot the video on the same day. I might have the photographer meet me over there, and when he's done, I will shoot the video. And that way the seller only has to clean the house and get it ready once. And I get the video shot, and then I release the photos, I release the video, I release the marketing, I send an email blast. I do all of those things at the same time. And the benefit is, multiple benefits actually. One of them would be that, let's say, now that it's available to everyone, somebody local comes over to see the house because now it's available for showing. I have not let anyone see it yet. So this buyer comes into the house, and as they're coming up to the house, they see the QR code sign, the SnapCap sign on the signpost, and they're going to inquire about it, or they're going to snap it with their QR code reader. They're going to see that there's a YouTube video of it, Or maybe they already saw the YouTube video of it, and that's why they called their agent to come see the listing, which is very, very common. And so now they're in the house, and if they love it, they're very aware that this house is right now brand new on market, priced right, it looks great, and it is being seen by anyone and everyone over the entire world via YouTube and via social media. And that they're going to think the house is just as wonderful as they do. So it creates a little bit of anxiety for the buyer and pressure in favor of the seller for that buyer to just go back to the office with their agent, write that offer, make it full price, and get it done before somebody else sees that video. So the video is going to help put pressure on the buyers to make a full price offer, to make it quickly, and to encourage and perhaps compel multiple offers, which for our business has happened very, very often. So for our SnapCap promoted properties, which they all are. So of course. So then the next benefit is, let's say you've got the offer and I leave that SnapCap up there, of course, and I have that video being promoted still, and I am continuing to keep the pressure on the buyer, even if there's an accepted offer, because they're going to be looking at that video over and over. They're going to be sending it to their parents and their friends and saying, this is the house that we want to get. And it's starting to continue to keep pressure on that buyer, and which is helpful to your seller. That is you doing an incredibly good job with all of the finer things, those small points that make the difference between a really great agent and an ordinary agent. So that video is helping to brand you with your seller, and it's helping to brand you with the entire world that you're doing that. And even though there's an offer on it, it's continuing to be shown, just like you always would do. But these showings now are on the MLS and on Realtor.com and on Facebook and on Twitter and on LinkedIn and everywhere. You're having continual excellent showings of you telling them about the house. Why wouldn't your seller think that was the most fantastic thing ever? So don't think to yourself, just because you have an offer, that the benefits stop. They don't. And I haven't even touched on the fact that while this is all happening to benefit your seller, the branding opportunity for you is out of this world, because now everyone's seeing this agent who has got something that powerful working on behalf of their seller all the way to closing. So that speaks well about you too. So my next tip, I don't know what it's going to be on. Send me questions and I'll answer them in one of my next tips. Thanks for watching. I'm Dawn Onstead with SnapCap Technologies.